Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Forbidden Land podcast. It's a new week, a new Friday, new wars breaking out, new controversy, new blowback from our other wars that were breaking out. It's been a pretty depressing and chaotic week. In fact, the news of the depressing news just keeps coming. Let's just say that. I was like, I'm going to get ready to record this. The depressing news just keeps coming on. We've gotten like one piece of somewhat decent news, and that's it. Starting off in Washington, D.C., a man shot 2 National Guard members, and one of them died. This man was of Afghan descent, and you might immediately follow the Republican line of thinking, which is this is indicative of Afghan culture, and this is just what they do in Afghanistan. They just kill Americans. This guy was in the CIA. He served under the U.S. military umbrella and participated in night raids under the Obama administration. He's fairly young. He's 29. And although him killing 2 National Guard members is very awful and wrong, I mean, that's 2 human beings. Let's be real. I don't think he killed the second one. I think he only killed one. But still, 2 human beings, one whose life has been completely turned upside down, and the other one who has passed. That is awful. But let's not pretend like this is Afghan culture. Let's quit pretending like we're operating in a vacuum here. I'm so sick of the collective dementia that every American has. I want you to think about it like this. A terrorist group flies planes into the World Trade Center, into the Pentagon, and our immediate response is launching wars in the Middle East. Now, the Middle East didn't go, oh man, that's random. That must just be how Americans roll. That's weird. Why are they attacking us? Iraq is justified why they would be asking that. But let's say we actually attacked the right target. Those countries would be like, hold on a minute. Why is America attacking us? We didn't do anything wrong. It's the same logic here. It's we meddle with and fuck with all this shit in the Middle East. And then when they attack us back, we play dumb. We all collectively forget what we did. Obviously, 9/11 was in response to some of our fuckery in the Middle East. And the war in Afghanistan and in Iraq don't help anything. In response to 9/11, we invaded Iraq because we wanted resources. We just wanted natural resources at that point. We were like, oh, they have weapons of mass destruction. No, they don't. We just wanted their oil. Halliburton being so deeply tied to the Bush administration wasn't a coincidence. Afghanistan, we were just like, throw a dart at the map. We'll pick one. Hope that Al Qaeda's there. And we did the same thing when ISIS was formed and started attacking the U.S. to some extent. We were like, oh man, where did ISIS come from? Huh, weird. I wonder where ISIS just came from. God, this ragtag terrorist group just formed out of nowhere. Huh, weird. I wonder how that happened. At no point do we sit down and think, maybe the Iraq War, a completely unjustified illegal war in the Middle East, the Iraq War, maybe that is why they formed and wanted some form of vengeance because of our actions in Iraq. We attacked them for no reason. We destroyed such a lively nation. And, you know, after we withdrew under the Obama administration, ISIS formed. And then all of a sudden, now we're back at war in Iraq. And, you know, that's where we start drone striking people. It's a whole thing. During that time, we were also doing these night raids in Afghanistan. Now, this guy was in the CIA and served in Afghanistan, was fighting basically his own people on behalf of the U.S. Based on his age, it's questionable how much of a choice he had in that fight. It is very questionable how much of an actual choice he had in helping the U.S. in Afghanistan. And apparently one of his friends died while he was serving and all this stuff. He was brought to the U.S. after we withdrew in 2021 under Biden. And yeah, see, that's just blatant racism. They would suspend processing all immigration requests from Afghans and re-examine green cards issued to individuals who migrated to the U.S. from 19 countries. Good Lord. This includes, pointing to a June proclamation by the White House that included, oh my God. The countries on the list include Afghanistan, Cuba, Haiti, Iran, Somalia, and Venezuela. Wow. Trump said all third world countries. Whoa. Okay. Well, we're getting hella racist with it. Yeah, this guy clearly had some issues. And like I said, this sounds like the fault of the government in the US. It sounds like the fault of the military, the fault of the CIA. Let's stop playing dumb. Let's stop acting like our actions don't have immediate reactions. Maybe not immediate, but they definitely have slow burning reactions. I mean, my God. All the shit we were doing in the Middle East, you know, during the Cold War. God, my glasses are like all fucked up. I have it taped over here. All the shit we were doing in the Middle East during the Cold War, and then we're all of a sudden like shocked when Al-Qaeda attacks us. Why? Why are we shocked by that? Sorry, there's like no tension on these glasses. Anyway. Yeah. I mean, maybe this should be a moment. I know it won't be because it's already passed through the news cycle, and I'm probably the last person on earth broadcasting this story. But perhaps this should be a moment for a lot of people to re-examine, re-examine our roles as our role as the world police, and how our destabilization and terrorist level actions in these other countries lead to negative reactions. I mean, this dude is clearly got a lot wrong with him. He's clearly disillusioned with his service with the U.S. and probably just snapped. I mean, I don't know. They haven't released much about this guy. Whenever stuff like this happens, they try to keep these people as far away from any microphone as possible. Because, my God, if they ever got near a microphone and explained why they did it, it'd be a PR nightmare. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I doubt we're ever going to get an update on that one. But this has given Trump a full excuse to just go full racism on it. His Thanksgiving post was not great. It was pretty awful. And honestly, I don't even think he wrote it. If I'm being honest, I don't even think he wrote it. I think Stephen Miller wrote this. It's one of the nastiest fucking posts I've ever seen of him on Truth Social. And it's so bad, but like articulated in a way where I don't think it's him that wrote it. I think it's Stephen Miller. He says, a very happy Thanksgiving salutation to all of our great American citizens and patriots who have been so nice in allowing our country to be divided, disrupted, carved up, murdered, beaten, mugged, and laughed at, along with certain other foolish countries throughout the world for being quote unquote politically correct and just plain stupid when it comes to immigration. Yeah, this has to be Stephen Miller. Trump does not talk like this. Like ever. The official U.S. foreign population stands at 53 million people. Oh, wow. Most of which are on welfare from failed nations or from prisons, mental institutions, gangs, or drug cartels. They and their children are supported through massive payments from patriotic American citizens who, because of their beautiful hearts, do not want to openly complain or cause trouble in any way, shape, or form. Dude, what are we talking about? Oh my God. So they just want to deport 53 million people from the country? The American experiment is over if that's the case. I mean, this country will collapse. The economy will collapse. Support for them will collapse. And I'll get to that in a little bit. Because it is starting to collapse, like entirely. And I don't know how much longer they can keep this up. If we have another election, then, I mean, there's no way. They're going to bomb the midterm hard. They're going to lose their mind. They're going to bitch and cry about it. There's probably going to be a coup by a lot of the states that have such a major party flip. Because they're going to be like, what do you guys mean you don't like it when we fucking separate women and, or parents and children from each other and beat them in the streets and shove them into unmarked vans? What do you mean? And when we go on our racist screeds. They put up with what has happened in our country, but it's eating them alive to do so. A migrant earning $30,000 a year with a green card will get roughly $50,000 in yearly benefits for their family. The real migrant population is much higher. This refugee burden is the leading cause of social dysfunction in America, something that did not exist after World War II. Failed schools, high crime, urban decay, overcrowded hospitals, housing shortages, and large deficits, etc. Wow. Wow. I mean, I'm at a loss for words, if I'm being honest. I don't know how conservatives can read this and actually believe it. To some extent, they have to think to themselves, okay, I don't think all of this is caused by migrants, right? Because then guess what? You fucking idiots who've been fooled by this. When they do deport all these people and your living situation is still in the trash compactor, fuck you. I don't care what mind you change. Where you're like, oh, maybe I was wrong. Eat a fucking dick. You're disgusting. That it takes you this long to get it. If you wait till a bunch of people are kicked out of the country, and by a bunch I mean millions, if you wait that long, you're a horrible person. Like, if you wait till it personally affects you, you're a terrible person. Because, like, I'll be honest, I don't think I'm going to be all that affected by this. I'm white. I think my wallet will continue to eat ass because my groceries have gone up. My gas has gone up. Oh, but eggs are cheap. We're actually buying the cheap ass like store brand eggs now because we can't afford the eggs we used to get. So we're in a pretty rough situation. As an example, in warning, by the way, there's a language warning on this one. As an example, hundreds of thousands of refugees from Somalia are currently taking over the once great state of Minnesota. Somalian gangs are roving the streets looking for quote-unquote prey. As our beautiful people stay locked in their apartments and houses, hoping against hope that they will be left alone. The seriously retarded governor of Minnesota, Tim Walz, does nothing, either through fear, incompetence, or both, while the worst, quote, congressman/woman, end quote, in our country, Ilhan Omar, always wrapped in her swaddling hijab, and who probably came into the USA illegally, in that you are not allowed to marry your brother, does nothing but hatefully complain about our country, its constitution, and how, quote-unquote, badly she is treated. When her place of origin is a decadent, backward, and crime-ridden nation, which is essentially not even a country for lack of government, military, police, schools, etc. Holy shit. That's like professional racism. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of people being like, I'm tired of people being like, oh, I'm tired of people acting like this is normal behavior, like this is normal stuff to say. Like saying this kind of stuff is okay. Like everybody keeps like focusing in on the Tim Walz part. Talk about the other part. I'm sorry, address me. Address the elephant on the tweet. On the truth, sorry. How are we letting him get away with singling out Ilhan Omar, saying always wrapped in her swaddling hijab, who probably came into the US illegally, and that you were not allowed to marry your brother? That's so disgusting. They have relentlessly targeted Ilhan Omar for years now. And it's disgusting. I would love to see any person try to defend this. You know, I would like to see somebody try to defend that part. Spin the tweet around. Imagine he was talking about a black person. You know why he didn't single out any stereotypes about black people in this? Because that would really expose to a lot of even like Republican white people. That would really expose just how disgusting this post is. But a lot of white people in this country don't process this form of racism as something that's wrong. You know, there's still like early 2000s 9/11 brand where they're like, we just gotta kill all these damn Muslims. Like that's literally how they think. So when they read stuff like this about Ilhan Omar, they don't care. And a lot of white liberals are like that too. It's why they're focusing so hard on the Tim Walz part and barely giving any light to the part that follows right after, which in my opinion is the most disgusting part when it comes to him singling out a single person. I'd say the part right before, when he's talking about Somalian gangs looking for prey in the streets, that part's horrible. The World War II mention, the saying that refugees are the cause of social dysfunction in America, none of that is getting talked about enough. They're just harping on the Tim Walz part. Talk about the other parts. And then Tim Walz's like weak little response. Release the MRI results. What is that? I wouldn't have responded at all at that point if that's going to be your response. Like, my God. That had to have been Stephen Miller, by the way, that wrote that. I don't think Trump is smart enough, or I don't think Trump is not smart. I don't think he is articulate enough to write Mein Kampf 2 on Thanksgiving. I don't think he gives a fuck enough to write something that intricate. I think a lot of his posts nowadays are written by his staff, including Stephen Miller, because I just don't think Trump gives a damn anymore, if I'm being honest. I know Trump is awful and probably agrees with all the stuff said in there, but I don't think he cares enough to write it out like that. That was just written in such a smarmy, like, psychopathic way where, like, that had to have been Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller is such a fucking psychopath that it just reads like something he would write. God, what an awful guy, man. I really don't like Stephen Miller. Just if imagine like an actual Nazi, like from the Nazi party in Germany, right hand man to Hitler. Imagine somebody like that being brought to today, and that's Stephen Miller. He's as close to like a true out and about German World War II Nazi as it gets. His ideology is just so beyond awful. Speaking of invading other countries that we don't belong in, we are apparently trying to cause war with Venezuela. We're basically trying to start a war with Venezuela the same way we did with Iraq. It seems that we are pumping out manufactured consent through the media right now. They're like posting videos of people in the streets tearing down banners of the president of Venezuela. They're talking about, we need regime change. That's what they're saying on Fox News. We need regime change. They're not even trying to hide it. They're like, we need to get rid of all the drugs smuggling into our country, so we got to start a war with them. And without any declaration of war from Congress, we a couple months ago launched a strike and blew up a boat full of people off the Venezuelan coast. So, and apparently we double tapped the boat, by the way. Now, if we were in a declared war, this would be a war crime. We have laws on the books that are similar to the Geneva Conventions. This would be a war crime. This would be us killing a boat full of people without due process, without investigating. We would be basically taking no prisoners when the option is there to take prisoners. We've seized boats before under other administrations. This is a normal thing that we've done. Not that it's right, but it is something that we have a precedented history of doing, which is seizing a boat and arresting everyone on board and investigating what they got on board. Now, based on the amount of people on this boat, I think it was about 11 or 12 people. Organizations have said that more than likely that is more like a human trafficking boat, meaning it's very possible that the U.S. government just killed a bunch of like human trafficking victims, because they would minimize how many people can fit on the boat to fit more drugs, basically. And this is assuming we are in a declared war with them, by the way. While the survivors of the first strike are still in the water, we then decide to finish them off and double tap the boat, pretty much, killing everybody. This is also a war crime. But that's saying that we're in a declared war with them. We are not. So, by law, we just murdered a bunch of people on a boat with not much evidence to show for it. And then we did it again. After Pete Hegseth said it's the fog of war, they had to double tap the boat. It's the fog of war, which is such a horseshit excuse that people use all the time. Pete Hegseth, fake military veteran, by the way. He likes to act like he was hoorah in the Marines and all that, but he was too drunk and fucking stupid to make it into there. After all this trying to justify it and everything, roundabout ways of trying to justify it, here is us blowing up yet another boat killing 4 people. Why, you may ask? There might be drugs on it. Don't you know anytime in the US the police make a drug bust, we just blow up whatever house they're in? Didn't you know? Yeah. Here's God, dude.
If this was a legal action of war, which is still under dispute, then it would be a war crime. If it was not, it was a murder. In either case, again, the right way to find out if there are drugs aboard a boat is you stop the boat, you board it, you investigate it, and in the process you learn if there are drugs, you learn about the strategies involved, which gives you information to help dismantle a broader operation. Blowing a boat up, not even knowing much about what the boat is doing, simply destroys that type of information. So it's not only extrajudicial, it is also stupid. And so this is vast concerns about judgment. And by the way, of course, this is all a prelude to the possible strikes on Venezuela itself.
So yeah, I mean, there you go. What is this? Oh, don't tell me there's another Megyn Kelly clip. No, is there another one?
We want to see them killed in the water, whether they're on the boat or in the water. But I'd really like to see them suffer. I would like Trump and Hegseth to make it last a long time so that they lose a limb and bleed out a little.
That's how right-wing podcaster Megyn Kelly defended a sex.
Not only want to see them killed in the water, whether they're on the boat or in the water, but I'd really like to see them suffer. I would like Trump and Hegseth to make it last a long time so that they lose a limb and bleed out a little.
That's how right-wing podcaster.
Oh my God. These people are like evil, man. All over drugs? What? Somebody I work with got fired recently because they got arrested again for having incredibly felonious amounts of drugs on them. Somebody told me like it was like fun gossip. I was like, dude, I don't care that much about drug offenses. I really don't. I've always said, like, look, I don't like it when people are trafficking it to minors. That's the one I take issue with. But if you're just in your own home and you're wanting to hit the fucking crack pipe, I don't care, dude. I don't. You want to hit the spoon? You go for it, dog. I really don't care what you do in your own home. I really don't. And the fact that these people are like, oh, these people are smuggling drugs into our country, we should split them in half and torture them. We should rip out their nerve endings and then touch the nerve endings to torture them mentally. We should actually pump them full of gas until they explode. We should do all that stuff. Yeah, we should waterboard them. We should rip all their skin off while they're conscious. We should electrocute them, but keep them alive for a while and just keep doing that over and over. We should do a live, no morphine organ transplant. Like all this shit. We should tie each of their limbs to horses and send them on their way. We should run them over with tanks. Like, what are we talking about? Why are we acting so, like, despicably evil right now? These are the same people that will watch, like, a true crime thing and be like, wow, it's so awful how he accidentally pulled the trigger on a gun and killed his neighbor. Oh my God, he should rot in prison for the rest of his life. That's so awful. And then they'll look at this and be like, actually, yeah, we should grab a random Venezuelan off the street and just rip them in half like a piece of paper. You know that scene from The Boys when he rips the spider guy from the shoulder, like grabs him here and just rips him in half? They should do that to a random Venezuelan. That's what people act like. And it's so, like, gross. It's so morally reprehensible to behave that way. Like, my God. but yeah, so people are clearly not down with this whole thing. I mean, apparently a lot of approval rating polls have come out. And let me just say, I made 2 maps to compare. So I made one of the electoral outcome in 2024 compared to this approval rating map. And I just need you guys to know how bad this is. If the approval ratings were based on, let's say the approval ratings are based on, let's say the election is based on approval ratings. So this is the 2024 election outcome. I know, trigger warning to all of the Harris supporters. I'm so sorry you have to see this again. My God, dude. No wonder they're falling off. They're not going to stay in the thing. Are you for real? It's so annoying. Anyway, trigger warning to all the Harris supporters. I'm so sorry that you have to see this, but this is the 2024 election outcome. And as you can see, he pretty much had a consistent red band across the entire nation. And then here is the approval rating polling if it applied to the Electoral College. Oh my God. If the country voted in the exact same way that the approval ratings show, Harris would have gotten a historic landslide victory. He has lost the support of multiple countries. Here's the breakdown of it. Negative 15% approval in Nevada, negative 12 in Arizona, negative 6 in Texas, negative 14 in Georgia. This one's nuts. Negative 6 in Florida. And it's just across the board, all the swing states. I guess Florida's not a swing state, but all of the swing states. He's just completely bombing. Of course, California's like that. But yeah, he's just completely bombing. And even like Wyoming is the reddest state on here. Even in like Utah, he's not that approved of. Idaho, he's kind of up there. But like Kansas, he's only at 8. Kentucky, he's at 12. Missouri, he's at 3. 3 in Louisiana, 8 in Mississippi, 1 in South Carolina. Like, come on. Come on now. He's not doing too hot. And I mean, I said it earlier, if there's no democracy anymore, then this isn't going to matter. But I mean, people see what's going on. Of course my moron brain does that. I'm not even going to censor it. Y'all already know what's on here. But yeah, I don't think this is gonna go over well. I think the Epstein stuff, I think the war in Venezuela after running as the peacetime president, I think the racist screeds and rants that he goes on, I think all of that is going to contribute to just an electoral free fall for the Republicans in the midterms. And I think it's going to lead to MAGA eating itself out from the inside. God, I could have worded that so much better. But that's what I think it's going to lead to. Yeah, I mean, he's already he's lost a lot of the rhinos, a lot of the Republicans who don't support Israel, a lot of the Republicans who support releasing the Epstein files. He's already lost a lot of the Republicans who still don't feel the economic boost. The other thing he's been doing lately is saying that affordability is a Democrat hoax. And I have seen side by side video of him campaigning on affordability, and then it cutting to him now being like it's a Democrat hoax. That's going to kill him in the elections. That's going to kill him in the polls and the ratings. It's not good, man. Like, this is worse than Trump won for him, PR wise. You know, after 2017, people seemed to still kind of be on board with what he was doing. 2018 was the real killer for him, where he lost the midterms. But like, it's not even a full year yet into his term, into his second term. And he's like, I mean, he's free falling in the approval department, you know? So yeah, I mean, let's go to war with I keep wanting to say Iraq. Let's go to war with Venezuela, I guess. See how that goes. And $1 trillion and hundreds of thousands of American lives lost and hundreds of thousands of Venezuelan lives lost later. You'll have Democrats in 20 years being like, I never supported the Venezuelan war. Like, you'll have shit like that. So, all right. I want to show this insane video of a Israeli minister accusing a journalist of being anti-Semitic.
Question everybody in the world is asking, why is Israel starving the people of Gaza?
But again, as you said before, genocide, starving, ethnical cleansing, my God, everything is here. I say again, nonsense, lies. And honestly, sir, the same way you accuse me, I accuse you of being an anti-Semite, anti-Israeli journalist, and this is what you are. Please continue.
What is an anti-Semite to Israelis now? Like, how much have they twisted the definition of anti-Semitic at this point? Like, do they still mean you hate Jewish people when they call you an anti-Semite? Or have they redefined it to just mean anti-Zionist? But like, PR-wise, it still sounds bad. But in their minds, it's defined a different way. Or are they still just using it as a tool? Are they still just using the accusation of anti-Semitism as a weapon, thus permanently harming Jewish people around the world who experience actual anti-Semitism, by the way? I mean, what does that word even really still mean to Israelis? And of course, this guy's an Israeli minister. You already know he's using it as a tool, guaranteed. I mean, this is his job. He's not going to go on a news interview and go, "Oh, you got me, journalist. Yep, we are indeed committing genocide." Like, he's not going to do that. Come on. But I would just like to know what that word means at this point to Israelis.
This is what you are. You're an anti-Israeli journalist who comes here. If you dare to speak, because I was interviewed by so many medias, never ever, and the Google, I gave interviews to every channel you can imagine. Your questions and the way you run this interview. And you see, I listen to you because I know who I am and I'm very proud of Israel. So I'll let you continue, ask anything you want.
Did you just call me an anti-Semite for asking questions based
because you don't
on
allow
UN reports, on Amnesty reports, based on Human Rights Watch, UN experts, Israeli scholars?
That's what you do right now.
So now
that's
I'm
what you do.
an anti-Semite?
Yes, sir, I'm sorry.
For asking questions about your war?
If you accuse me,
I'm asking questions.
The Jewish
I'm not
nation,
accusing you
I'm
of
asking
anything.
you, yes, sir. What you're doing in this interview is a disgrace, sir. You're a disgrace to the profession.
I've said it before, but it's just so awesome to see the list of enemies that Israel has. The UN, Human Rights Watch, Amnesty International. Like, it's so awesome to see all of the enemies Israel has. Everyone's their enemy. This random journalist is their enemy. Just for simply asking questions. I mean, think about it. Like, they're constantly like, oh, all these reputable sources. Yeah, they're not reputable. Like, what? Yeah, I don't even know, man. Oh, it's so awesome watching themselves twist themselves into a pretzel, dude. Jeez. And it's really awesome too. Like, they're really lucky that Americans don't bother to watch Israeli media or any kind of footage out of like the Israeli Knesset, because oh my God, they would realize immediately it's like if Jim Crow took over the entire Congress and stayed there like forever. Like, There was one guy, I wish I remembered his name, but he was saying it might have been Itamar Ben-Gvir, but I don't want to say that for sure. Let me make sure. This is like a quote that I love bringing up to people. Itamar Ben-Gvir. Yeah, there's somebody on the Knesset who said something pretty vile. Let's see, is this gonna tell me? Yeah. Oh my god. I believe it's him responding to an Arab Knesset member. Yeah. Palestinian members of the Knesset. Who said this? Come on. Oh, it wasn't. Oh my god, it wasn't Ben-Gvir. It was Bezalel Smotrich. It was Smotrich. Oh my god. Smotrich is the finance minister for Netanyahu's government. And a couple of years ago, in the Knesset, he said to Palestinian members, quote, "It's a mistake that Ben-Gurion didn't finish the job." Oh, is my transition? There we go. It's a mistake that Ben-Gurion didn't finish the job and throw you out in 1948. Smotrich was recently appointed governor over the occupied West Bank. Another favorite ethnic cleanser advocate, National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir, has been given an Israeli National Guard, actually a militia. He's the guy who went to Jerusalem's Al-Aqsa Mosque in May and stood there in mock prayer as a Jew in an affront to Palestinians. Wow. Okay. The site of the mosque is called Temple Mount by Jews. Oh my god. Interesting. I didn't know that. I would replace the word Jews with Israeli, though. I don't know if I would be saying Jews as a wide wrapping term for that. I'm sure it's just called Temple Mount by Israelis. I don't think Jewish people as a whole care much for that. Yeah, I don't know how old this. This article's from mid 2023. So actually, he said this comment about Ben-Gurion 4.5 years ago, because this is from July 2023. Notably, 4 months before October 7th, 3 to 4 months before then. So, 3 months. 3 months before October 7th. So, weird. It's almost like this predates October 7th. Going back to my whole our actions shouldn't deserve a reaction theory. Yeah, Ben-Gurion, in case you don't know, is the first leader of Israel. That's why he said Ben-Gurion didn't finish the job. Yeah, just absolutely horrific, nasty ass comment to make. And that's what I mean. You watch any kind of media where the Israelis are talking like on the news or in the Knesset or like in like press conferences and stuff. They are just being absolutely vile. Like what's his face? Yoav Gallant. There's no way. Yoav Gallant, sorry. Yoav Gallant, who used to be like the second hand, like literally the right hand man to Netanyahu, before he pretty much left because he didn't get his little war wishes when he was in the government. Or as a certain content creator says, actually a pretty good guy. A moderating voice in the war room. But yeah, Yoav Gallant was literally saying, like, right after October 7th, we're going to starve them. Or, like, we're basically going to tell you right now we're about to commit a bunch of war crimes. And here's from Associated Press what Gaza City looks like from a drone shot. And Track APAC posted this. Just horrible, man. Just horrible. All of the footage we've seen so far coming out of Gaza has just been horrible, man. I really don't know how people look at this and think it's okay. I really don't. Like, people really look at this footage and go, yeah, this is alright. They deserved it. It's absolutely horrific human beings. Anyways. Threw more tape on the spectacles. Alright. Move on to something more lighthearted. I was going to talk about the Campbell's soup thing. Nobody's shocked that a rich business exec said that about poor people. Let's be real. Some Campbell's soup exec said something about only poor people buy our soup, and the meat is like 3D printed, and I would never buy that shit, and I don't know what's in it, all that stuff. And it's like, yeah, we're not shocked that a business executive worth a lot of money talks down and thinks lowly of poor people. Come on, we're not surprised. Here's a video. Please tell me it's still up. Okay, it is. Whew, I downloaded it just in case. Laura Loomer, the Donald Trump spin cycle machine from the campaign last year. Let's just call her that. Laura Loomer, huge Nazi. This is a video from probably well beyond whatever it says in the title. It's not from 2024. This is from long before she became a Minecraft character through plastic surgery. She, back when she was in her out and about neo-Nazi days. God, everybody's getting a fucking hacked Instagram account today. I've gotten followed by like 3 people. She was at a bar. This is probably around like 2016, 2017, probably around the time of the Charlottesville like Nazi event. NaziCon, yeah. This is her like drunk as shit at a bar trying to rizz up another Nazi. It's one of the hardest watches I've ever had.
Your hair and your eyes look so good. You're like beautiful.
Thank you.
You're like an Aryan degenerate goddess.
Thank you.
I love it.
Thank you. Thank you. You're Aryan too.
I know, but I'm Jewish.
It's okay.
Because you're such a cutie.
Don't mess my.
That's okay. Now you could like hear the pain in his voice, him having to say that.
But I'm Jewish.
It's okay.
Because you're such a cutie.
Don't mess my hair. God damn it. Fix it. Fix my hair. Did you fix it?
I did. But like that picture you posted on Instagram recently when you got like reinstated on Facebook was so hot. Like seriously.
I appreciate it.
It's so good.
It's a good picture.
Your skin and the Nazis hate me.
It's fun.
The alt-right people want to put me in a gas chamber because they're obsessed with the Jews.
I think they're just memeing on you, but it's okay.
It's okay. Right. I don't care. I love it.
It'd be like that sometimes.
I know. They're just jealous because I have big.
Sometimes. Oh, this dude's so uncomfortable. It's kind of awesome. Two Nazis going head to head. Dude, this is so funny. 2 Nazis going band for band right now. She's saying all the shit that makes a Nazi uncomfortable. He's saying shit like it's just oh my god. Good lord, man.
It's an Ashkenazi IQ.
Yes, that's what it is. Yeah. You got it.
Anyway, next time you're in New York, let me know. We'll hang out. Bring your girlfriend to New York sometime, and we'll all hang out. We'll go to like really cool restaurants.
Bring your girlfriend? Wait, so what is she doing? She knew you had like a girlfriend or something? Oh man, this is crazy. This is nuts.
Hang out, we'll have a blast.
Yes, I will bring my girlfriend.
Yeah, I want to meet. What's Becca?
Yeah.
Becca.
Yes.
She's so sweet.
You remember?
Yeah, of course.
Yes, you'll meet her.
You guys are so sweet. I hope it works out because, like I said, I know it's all an act. Like, I know everything you do on Twitter is like so fake and not real, but
yeah,
like,
it's all fake.
It's so sweet that you and your girlfriend have been together for 3 years. I love it.
I know it's all an act.
Do you know something? Like, I'm gonna tell you a secret. Like, do you know so many people in this movement who preach trad life are like fucking people on the side and like cheating on their partners?
That's
like,
so bad.
Like, they're not even like really trad life.
Such scum.
Like my ex is like dating somebody who's like super trad life, and she was like fucking my boyfriend while we were dating and like ruined our relationship. And I act like it's okay, but like it's really sad because like I love when people like keep, you know, tradition in their relationships. It's just really sad.
Oh my god. Just her fucking like trauma dumping on him.
Tell you a secret, like, do you know so many people in this movement who preach trad life are like fucking people on the side and like cheating on their partners?
That's
like,
so bad.
Like, they're not even like really trad life.
Such scum.
Like my ex is
such scum. Oh my god, dude. Whew. God, man. That made me so uncomfortable. He's probably sober as shit and she's blasted off her ass, bro. Although, like I said, it's literally two Nazis going band for band. I don't really care. I think he deserved to be put in an uncomfortable position, and I think she's just a complete fucking idiot. And it's embarrassing to watch her do all that. All right, last political thing, sort of. Let's talk about these photos. These are pretty nuts. I'm gonna need the actual like list of photos. There we go. Interesting. House Oversight Committee Democrats decided to release a series of photos of Jeffrey Epstein's island. Now, I don't understand why the US government keeps dropping photos in like Google Drives and Dropboxes. This is really fucking weird that they keep doing this. But we've got a full Dropbox of all of the Jeffrey Epstein photos and videos. So, I mean, let's go through them, I guess. I haven't seen a lot of these. I've only seen some of the photos. So here we are. Got a nice scenic view of this little island that has nothing wrong on it. Dude, the fact that I can fucking like see notable landmarks on the island. This is crazy. So, here we go. We have a nice like drone shot of the island. He was this close to civilization? Oh my god. Jeez, I didn't think he was that close. Here we go. We have another. Oh, we have a photo this time. Okay, aerial photo. Another aerial. Ooh, wow. All of these photos were taken on an iPhone. God, this is like wildly unprofessional, it feels like. Here's the clean ass kitchen, I guess. Here's the outside of one of the buildings. This whole island has just such an eerie, empty vibe to it. Like, you know, it was just crawling with elites, children, and then like slaves, basically, like low wage slaves. It's just so eerie to look at. Kind of disturbing. Not even kind of, very disturbing. And I mean, Pretty Island is just like Pretty Island in the sense of like, damn, this is actually kind of nice. But my God, this man was like fucking trafficking children here, you know? Little nightstand action. Flashlight in case he hears a little bump in the night. In case somebody swims up to the island. Bedroom. The whole house, by the way, is just like really gross. Like it's built in a really strange and like liminal way. Also, holy fuck. Are those like bar locks? Oh my god. Are yeah, those are like stopping the doors from opening. That's crazy, bro. Maybe they did that after the fact. After they seized the island? Who knows? You know, we got some. Hold up. What's in that notebook? Interesting. Some interesting little rooms here, you know. Like I've been saying, all the rooms are like eerily weird looking. Here's a dingy ass bathroom because they refuse to turn on the lights. Oh, here's one of like the main photos. That was going around. Oh shit, this thing got comments, Lamau. That's funny. Here, let me just skip ahead some, because I'm not going to scroll through all 200 photos. Come on, let's be real. There's some art. Ooh, look at that. We got an Epson projector. This photo here was totally not sponsored by Epson. This is going to do great for the Epson stock. Jeffrey, here it is. Here, you've heard it here first, folks. Epson, used by the infamous Jeffrey Epstein. I'm sure they love that this photo's in there. That's fucking awesome. Oh, and here's the projector, used by none other than Jeffrey Epstein. Prolific sex trafficker and pedophile. My God. What else we got in here? Ooh, hello. It's like, you can clearly tell that the setting has been disturbed. Oh yeah. Unsure of the significance is the comment. Yeah, I'm not really sure why we need this photo of an Ethernet port. It seems like they just kind of dump all this material and they don't really bother to go through it. I mean, they went through some of it, seeing as how they redacted names off of this phone. Bro had 4 phones. True. Actually, he had more than that. There were phones all over the island. Let's see. Here's oh, what is all this? Who's this guy? He got the baby oil too. I recognize the purple shampoo. I use the same kind for detangling hair. That is so funny. They're like pointing it out. I've also seen a lot of people use these. I've tried it before. It's not bad. One of the photos that was going around was an angle of this bathroom. Which, yeah, I guess we just looked at the shower. But there's like a wider photo of this. And then there's this bedroom here. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, or some converted to PDFs so you can redact them. Oh, do you know you don't have to do that? That's kind of funny. Don't you know the house stems are all over the age of like 80? They don't know that. Come on, Jay. They redacted some names on the board. However, so here's one of the weird things. The board photo and the phone photo have been released by a news publication years ago with the unredacted names on it. So why they're redacting them here, I'm unsure, but a couple of these photos have been out forever. Here's the yuck, very normal and not creepy. This J guy is reminding me a lot of my friend, who would probably say this exact same thing about this. Yeah, very weird that he just has this like dental chair, and then all of these like weird faces on the wall. So bizarre. Like, what are these? I just don't get it. I don't really get the point of having this kind of decor. Here's his like creepy dental chair room. This is probably where a lot of the massages were going down. No way, they got up close photos of the faces too. Interesting. I just don't get this. I don't understand what the point of the faces are. E. Oh god, dude, if that had come out back then, oh, it would have been over. They have any photos of the inside of the big cube? I want to see that. Little C. Yeah, I wonder if they have any photos of inside the big cube. Oh, damn. Here's the security camera layout. Whew. I'll have that shit on lock. Here's one of the wider shots of the chalkboard room. What is this? Drone shot from here. Great St. James, Little St. James. Oh, I know Little St. James, I think, is Epstein's Island, right? Right? I think that's, his island is Little St. James. Really funny that they have like a diagram of it. Huh. Let's see. Let's keep going. Oh yeah, here's one of the other photos that's being reported on. You can tell like the reporters just scrolled to a random spot and picked stuff because a lot of these photos are from the same spot. Like this one, this one, this one I've seen in news publications. It's like y'all couldn't have picked literally anything else out of this at all. Oh, there's videos. Who recorded all? Like, I want to know who took all these photos. Who recorded all of this? Hey, the photo of the island. On the island. Like, why is this guy by himself? Why isn't he saying anything? What's the context behind why all these photos are even here? I just want to know. Like, this doesn't make a lot of sense. Oh, man. I just don't get it. Why is this guy here? What is he doing here? Why does the House Oversight Committee have these photos and videos? I wish they would be a little bit more forthcoming about this kind of stuff. Because it does lead to a lot of like speculation by the worst people you know. Does the article even say who took the photos? He owned 2 islands out there. One of them is Little St. James. Where's the other one? Oh, he also owned Great St. James. Oh, so he owned both. Oh, okay. Damn, he got that shit on the cheap. Got that shit for almost 8 million. Who took these? It probably came from his estate, if I'm being honest. So it's probably someone in his family taking all these photos and videos. That's awesome. All right. What's the countdown on that Epstein Files Transparency Act, by the way? The November 19th? Oh, so damn, she has until... Damn, dude. She has 2 weeks to go to release this? Oh, shit. Okay. Are we about to end the year with a nice Christmas present? Anyway, that's the Epstein photos. Some brief other news. We're about to be owned by 6 corporations, and you're going to like it. Netflix bought Warner Brothers. If that's not a sentence that'll make you, like, kind of seize up a little bit, you know, I don't know what to say. The Writers Guild of America definitely doesn't support it. Which, why would it? I mean, it's literally 2 giant media. Think about it. It's Discovery, Warner Brothers, and Netflix all merging into one big conglomerate. So, and then now Paramount wants to throw a hat in the ring. So, do with that what you will. Anyway, let's talk about some personal stuff. So last year in episode 81, I talked about how I don't eat beef. Well, this year I started eating beef again because I wanted to grill and I wanted to cook stuff and I wanted to open up my palate to all of the beef dishes because I felt it had been too long. So, I have added some new videos to my meat playlist for the pod. And, I mean, let's just say, I've got some pretty good meat videos in here. So here's the playlist. You can find it, you know, in the description of that episode, or you can just copy the thing up here. But, you know, this is just like a bunch of the steak videos I liked watching. Like this guy smoked a 51-pound steak. Should look good. This New York strip looked pretty good.
Day 515 of
this guy's pretty cool.
I would say the powder is maybe slightly better. I also use a Scotch-Brite pad and just kind of get in there and scrub it a little bit. But to get into
he's a little
just clean your dishes right after you're done using them.
Strange sometimes.
I did end up putting a little bit more seasoning on after the cook, and this seasoning's actually
he goes a little heavy
good.
on the butter too. That's fine.
It does help that this steak was so tender you could just cut it with a fork.
So yeah, meat playlist for the pod. But the reason why I bring that up is because I wanted to show steak I made. Now this was just a small lunch. This isn't like my finest. However, I did indeed cook a steak. And there it is. This was just for my lunch. You know, got a nice little crust on there, a little bit of that pink in the middle. Yeah. I cooked a damn near perfect medium rare steak the other night. It was one of like the I-round. No, it wasn't. What was it? Oh my god, it might have been a strip. I think it was a strip. I ended up cooking like a super medium rare rare look to it. And it was so medium rare, even I was getting a little uncomfortable eating it. I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, it was cooked well. I think I failed to render a lot of the fat, and that was like my big problem when cooking it. But overall, I mean, I just enjoy cooking this stuff now, you know, and it ends up looking good and tasting good, which is the more important part. I have a whole army of seasonings sitting right behind this monitor right here that I pull from to cook all this stuff. So I will show more in the future if I make another good one. But yeah. Anyways, that is it for this episode. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, thanks. Thank you. Maybe consider going to patreon.com/forbiddenlandpod and subscribing for bonus content or just to support if you want to support. You can also find us on other streaming platforms if you just want to listen to this podcast, like Apple Podcasts. And oh, hold the phone. I totally forgot to do this part. Damn, I was going to upload it and everything. Let me talk about my Spotify Wrapped. I've been talking about music a lot this year, and I wanted to talk about my Wrapped for the year. I can't believe I almost forgot to do that. That's actually crazy. Let's pull this thing up. I gotta upload the list. So this year I've listened to a very wide array of music, and I was pretty up in the air about where my where like my top artists and all that would fall. And you know, I was like, oh, I don't really know, you know, who my top artists will be. I have a feeling it's probably going to be, you know, one of 3 bands. My 3 top bands were that I was guessing was either going to be Thornhill, Deftones, or Psychedelic Porn Crumpets, because they each had a new album this year that I listened to the crap out of. And I thought, all right, it's going to be a toss-up between like Bodies, Private Music, and Carpe Diem Moonman. Well, the results are in. And it's actually a little shocking. In a landslide, complete landslide victory, Thornhill has pulled it off as my top artist of the year. Not only was Thornhill my top artist of the year, it was also my top album of the year, Bodies. Not only was it my top album of the year, it was also my top song of the year. So if you're wondering if I like Thornhill, the answer is yes. Obviously. Here, I'll show you guys my top albums. I just showed my top artist. Ended up being Thornhill, then Deftones, then Psychedelic Porn Crumpets, then Sleep Token, and then Loathe. Because Sleep Token also had a new album this year. And I was digging that album too. I'll also show my top songs as well. So my top albums were Bodies by Thornhill, Private Music by Deftones, Carpe Diem Moonman by Psychedelic Porn Crumpets. Even in Arcadia by Sleep Token. So all 4 brand new albums of the year that I listened to death this year. And then a little throwback. I let it in and it took everything. There was a point this year where I was just jamming out to some Loathe, some old classic Loathe. And that was fueled specifically by Gifted Every Strength. That one song made it to like the top of the list. For Now by Thornhill was my top song. Gifted Every Strength by Loathe made it to number 2. And it's not that far behind either. It's pretty up there. Like, it was close to topping that one. As the Hummingbird Hovers by Psychedelic Porn Crumpets, that was number 3. Beautiful song, by the way. CXY by Deftones, I just love it. I love that song. It has such a good pacing to it. Constant Zeros. I love it. And then Infinite Baths by Sleep Token is an amazing song. A really beautiful song, too. And it has a Pink Floyd reference in it. And that will win me over any day. So, because I love Pink Floyd. All right. Now that's it. No, it isn't. Fuck, I forgot about this part. So usually your top artist or close to your top artist will record a video. And this was the one that Thornhill did.
Yeah.
What about like that?
Do you want to hold it? Hey everybody, it's Jacob from Thornhill here. Just wanted to say a big thank you to everybody that streamed us on Spotify this year. It's been awesome to have bodies out in the world and everybody's been amazingly listening to it. Thanks.
When I tell you I was fangirling so hard, I have Bodies on CD. I went to their show, which is actually where I got the CD. I believe I went to their show. Like, I had like 3 weeks to memorize the lyrics to these songs, and you best believe I memorized those damn lyrics. I was singing my little heart out during that show. Yeah, I've seen Thornhill 3 times now, but I think that was my first headline show I had ever seen of them. I saw them open for Silent Planet once, and God, who else did they open with? Oh, damn, I can't remember. Silent Planet, I know, is one of them. Fuck, I don't remember. Was it Invent Anime? Was it? No, it wasn't them. That was a different venue. I know that was the first show I ever saw Jacob from Thornhill do one of North Lane's songs, After Image. It wasn't a North Lane show, was it? Oh, damn. I thought North Lane and Thornhill both opened for Silent Planet. I don't remember. All I know is I heard him do After Image with North Lane, and now After Image with North Lane and Jacob from Thornhill is on Spotify, so that's what had me thinking about it recently. I've seen them so many times now. I just love that band, man. It goes back to 2020 for me with the Dark Pool. I just love that band. God. Anywho, that is actually it. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. I had a whole thing about British food, but I think I'm going to save that one. All right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Listen to us on other streaming platforms like the Samsung Fridge. I wasn't going to forget it. And support us on patreon.com/forbiddenlandpod. All right. That's it. Thank you. Peace.